Step into the gritty world of Ghost Dog, a mysterious modern-day samurai living by the ancient code of the warrior. As night falls, Ghost Dog embarks on a perilous journey, seamlessly blending the tranquility of meditation with the chaos of urban crime. When the Mafia's dark secrets intertwine with Ghost Dog's path, a lethal dance ensues, leading to a high-stakes confrontation. Join us as we delve into the samurai's enigmatic world, where loyalty, honor, and revenge collide in a gripping tale of survival and sacrifice. Will Ghost Dog's unwavering commitment to his master lead to redemption or ultimate demise? Discover the secrets of the deadly code that governs his every move in this cinematic exploration of Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai. The story opens as a man, Ghost Dog, is sitting at home reading from a book written by the samurai. He narrates that the way of the samurai is found in death. A meditation on inevitable death should be performed daily. Every day when one's body and mind are at peace, one should meditate upon being ripped apart by arrows, rifles, spears, and swords. He continues to read from the book, narrating the quotes about the way of the samurai. As night descends, Ghost Dog ventures to a destination, briefcase in hand. After walking through long streets, he steals a car from random parking and confidently drives around while listening to music. He narrates another quote from the book that says that it is bad when one thing becomes two. One should not look for anything else in the way of the samurai. It is the same as being called away, and if one can understand that, it will be more on his own accord. Meanwhile, somewhere else, two men are finishing a deal as they exchange money. The Ghost Dog finally reaches somewhere in the car and takes out the radio as he listens to someone's conversation through a bugged phone. Some man on the radio is warning a man named Frank not to mess with the boss's daughter. Frank addresses the man as Uncle Joe and asks him not to beat him up. Joe is not happy with his nonchalant attitude and tells him that their boss's daughter has been in and out of psychiatric hospitals and she is not well. He tells how their boss Vargo has put the family money in his daughter's trust fund and warns Frank that he will get destroyed if he continues to mess with her. Despite Joe's warning, Frank refuses to listen to him and just asks him to turn off the phone. Ghost Dog, who was listening to the conversation, turned off the radio, getting all the information he needed. Somewhere else, Mafia boss Vargo is in a meeting with Sonny and some of his other men when one of the workers informs him that Louis Bonicelli has come to meet him. He excuses himself and goes out, where he is chatting with Louis about some license plates. Soon, Sonny also comes outside and asks Louis to take a walk with him. On the walk, they discuss the plan to kill Frank as Louis tells Sonny that he hired his special guy for the mission, and they will take the girl on the bus to the seashore. Louis shares that he feels slightly guilty, but Sonny tells him to just prepare for the funeral, saying that Frank messed up and needs to get punished. In the meantime, Vargo's daughter is sitting in a room with Frank, who is busy watching TV. He turns off the television and turns around to chat with the girl, but just then, he notices someone pointing a gun at him from the door. Before he can understand what is happening, the Ghost Dog, who is pointing a gun at him, shoots him repeatedly, killing him on the spot. The girl just sits there silently and asks Ghost Dog if her father sent him to do this. She notices him staring at a book on the ground and comments that it is a good book. Ghost Dog picks up the book and leaves without saying anything. Another quote is displayed on the screen, and it says that if one were to stay in a world where the condition of samurai is the basis, one has to devote his body and soul to his master, which is a fundamental thing for a retainer. Louis is at his home with his friend Vin and tries to capture the pigeon that has flown in through his window. He said that he had bad feelings about him since first Valerio called him for a meeting with Vargo, and now this pigeon has shown up. Vin is writing something on paper while Louis is struggling to capture the bird. They discuss how this guy is old-fashioned, and it would have been easier if they could just fax him. After finally capturing the bird, they tie the piece of paper to its foot and then fly him in the air. Ghost Dog is sleeping on his rooftop as he dreams about a horrible accident in his past where he was shot by some gang members. He soon wakes up as a pigeon sits on him. After getting up, he captures the bird and tears the note from its feet. The note asks him to contact them soon since they are in big trouble. He eats the piece of paper and goes back to sleep. Louis and Vin wait for gang members, engaged in a heated exchange with a child who hurls objects at them through his windows. Johnny and other members arrive, informing Louis that Vargo is awaiting him, emphasizing the need to prioritize more pressing matters than arguing with a child. They eventually reach headquarters, where Louis seems to be taking Vargo and some close associates for an interrogation. Vargo initiates the conversation, suggesting that Louis's mysterious accomplice has caused complications. Louis explains Marini's confirmation of Vargo's daughter being on the bus, but is surprised when they reveal she got off the bus and went to Frank's house. Louis hastily remarks that it's fortunate his man didn't harm her. Vargo coldly asserts he would be dead if anything happened to his daughter, leading to the decision to find and eliminate Frank's murderer. Louis argues that his secret operative, Ghost Dog, has successfully worked on several cases, unaware the girl would be present. Vargo threatens Louis, demanding information about the killer. Louis, giving in, is ready to provide details. When asked for his contact information, they're astonished to learn Louis communicates with Ghost Dog only through pigeons. Despite the shock, they inquire about Ghost Dog's appearance, and Louis details their history, emphasizing their arrangement and communication via pigeons. Louis refuses to have ever attempted to bug the pigeon, claiming no reason to do so. Sonny asserts Vargo's directive for every family member to prioritize killing Ghost Dog at any cost. Louis attempts to warn them of the danger, but they dismiss his concerns, emphasizing avenging Frank as a primary objective. Meanwhile, Ghost Dog peacefully practices sword skills on his rooftop before heading to a nearby park. Sitting on a bench, he listens to teenagers rap and is approached by a small girl. They strike up a conversation, discussing books, and Ghost Dog lends her a book called Rashomon before introducing her to his friend Raymond, the owner of an ice cream truck who speaks only French. Concurrently, Vargo's men intensify their search for Ghost Dog, scouring pigeon coops throughout the town. One of these days, Louis is having a cigarette when Ghost Dog suddenly comes there. Ghost Dog asks him why he called him for a meeting, to which Louis replies that everything is changing around here and asks him if a girl was there when he shot Frank. Ghost Dog replies that he wasn't instructed to kill her, to which Louis replies that he knows that. But things are complicated now, and Vargo is trying to eliminate him. He says that if they don't find Ghost Dog, then he will be their next target. Just then, they hear Marini coming there, and Ghost Dog shoots him without any hesitation. Louis starts to panic as he says that Marini is Vargo's brother-in-law. Ghost Dog also shoots him in the shoulder so he can have a cover-up story of getting attacked and then leaving from there. Later that day, Ghost Dog spends some time with his friend Raymond and then goes back to his home. He is shocked when he sees that his place has been attacked and all of his pigeons are dead. Ghost Dog goes inside the house as he prepares his gun and remembers another quote from Samurai that says that a person should make a decision in a space of 7 breaths. At the Mafia's place, Louis is trying to explain to himself that he has nothing to do with the death of Marini and that he is also a victim. They are suspicious of him but decide to let that go, and instead plan to shift Vargo to his mansion in the woods. Just then, a pigeon flew inside with a message for them. Louis is scared to open it but hesitantly does so. There is another quote about Samurai written on the page, and it says that if Samurai's head were to be suddenly cut off, he should still be able to perform actions with certainty. They are all confused by the strange quote. Vargo explains that it is not a message and is instead poetry about war. A few days later, Ghost Dog steals another car and some clothes and changes his appearance to go somewhere. He goes toward Vargo's mansion in the woods and camps at a nearby mountain as he keeps an eye on them through his scope. He waits there for some time and keeps looking at them through his scope. After waiting for some time, Vargo finally comes there with his daughter, but Ghost Dog can't shoot him since his vision was blurred by a bird sitting on his rifle. By the time he gets hold of his gun again, Vargo has moved inside the mansion. Eventually, Ghost Dog invades Vargo's mansion and kills almost everyone single-handedly, sparing only Louis and Vargo's daughter. That night, Ghost Dog killed Sonny Valerio at his home by shooting him through a pipe. Ghost Dog expects that Louis will attack him, as he feels that Louis is obliged to avenge the murder of his boss, Vargo. He goes to the park and gives Raymond all his money, helping him to stay in the country. Pearline, the girl he met in the park, appears and gives Rashomon back to Ghost Dog, saying that she liked it. Ghost Dog gives Pearline his copy of Hagakure and encourages her to read it. Though Louis feels some loyalty to Ghost Dog, he finally confronts him at Raymond's ice cream stand, with Raymond and Pearline watching. Ghost Dog is unwilling to attack his master and allows Louis to kill him. His last act is to give Louis a copy of Rashomon and encourage him to read it. Pearline takes Ghost Dog's empty gun and aims at Louis as he flees. Ghost Dog dies peacefully with Raymond and Pearline at his side. Louis gets into a car with Vargo's daughter, who has now replaced her father as his boss. Later, Perline is seen reading Hagakure. Our journey with Ghost Dog reaches its conclusion. Do you find yourself contemplating the principles of the modern samurai? How does Ghost Dog's adherence to a samurai code reflect on the societal norms of the modern world? Share your insights in the comments, Moon Explorers, and engage in our poll on the philosophy of Ghost Dog. Does the code of the modern samurai in Ghost Dog make you reflect on your own principles? Your involvement keeps the movie magic alive. If you relish this recap, don't forget to hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up for more enchanting content. Thanks for watching.